Another opportunity for you to blend with MET, TRO. And I got another special guest, and this is another session of what we call Men's Talk, Straight No Chaser. All right. Anthony Morel at your services. Hey, look, man, I know y'all been just kind of just viewing what we do. This right here is a whole different type of men's talk. It's gonna probably be less questions and more just talk. So y'all get ready to enjoy this. And if we had the music going on right now, that little music be going on and the men's talk will be coming through and y'all might hear some go-go or y'all might hear some inner city groove or y'all my B-flat below boys. But anyway, it's the DMV, baby, and I'm Metro. Welcome to another opportunity for y'all to be able to kick the Willie from Charlotte City. On my right, your left, I'm gonna introduce to you what I call one half of AA batteries, and he is
Do the do. You got to do the work.
How about that?
Men's talk is all about doing the work.
And when he says do the do, that's his code.
Yeah.
But to the people that's joining us, this is Anthony Lee Do. Okay. I call him Mr. E, Mr. Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And when we together, it's a whole different variation of vibration in the room. And this is what you call them AA batteries. And this is what we do. We break barriers and build futures, and we talk about the things that makes people true to who they be. I be, you be, they be, we be. X2RP. What's up, B?
What's going on, DNV? First off, we give love to the surrounding area of what's happening. Do stands for doing everything well. Men's talk is about doing everything well. Whatever you do, just like Chuck say, big or small, do it well or don't do it at all, man.
How about that?
Yeah.
Show you right.
Yeah, go, DNV.
Yeah, the G-O.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we don't have a platform today because when we get together, we always talk about stuff. But the biggest things we always like to interject and like to talk profoundly about is the violence in the streets and the violence in our nation. Not just our DMV, but our nation. If y'all don't know about the AA batteries, we're the AA batteries. It's the A-team, Anthony. And what we do is we talk about anything that has to do with our youth and the environment that our youth or our generational wealth is growing in. And we've been talking about all the death and all the craziness, that the mishaps, and it's just so much since COVID has kicked in that every day we seem like we're losing someone, and it all centered around youth. And we think that's, well, we said it was happening. We said that in 19 when we started talking about breaking barriers and building futures, about, kicking this violence to the curb. We've been doing this since 1994, but, we said once we come out of this COVID hiatus, this COVID closet, it's going to be a lot of problems. It's like, a jail. If you keep people locked in a cell, when you let them out, they're going to raise hell. And that's what's going on right now. What you think, E?
Well, it's all good. And number one, for all y'all on social media, because I know that's where y'all rock and roll, y'all go right to YouTube, put in we at the @ or DNV. You can pull up exactly what we're talking about right now. We're not going to make you wait till the end of the broadcast.
That's right.
YouTube, we @ war DNV. Drop the track, man.
Well, we're going to drop that track sometime, or we're going to edit it in.
Yeah.
But really, the track is really about talking about being at war. And the war that we're talking about is the violence in our communities, the violence in our streets, the violence in your streets, your communities, our hoods, our goods. Even the booties and the burb are going through this. It ain't just about the hood. It's about all good. Everything good is at war right now. And we talked about this, and a lot of people don't really want to have this conversation because they think that, it's going to just go away. But we know for a fact that ain't happening. If you don't put some work in, it's going to get strains, and the strains will get tougher, and they're going to get more creative. You got to do something to be able to change this culture of violence and death and disrespect of life? What you think?
Well, it's about if people want to change, number one. So I mean, change only happens if you want change.
If you want it.
So if you don't want no change, you can talk until the end of the day, end of time, and there it is. What happened? People make change, do something.
Life gives you nothing unless you do something.
People who make change sacrifice something.
Only if you want it.
People who make change give up something.
Persistence is a different type of consistent. Yeah.
This ain't the kind of show that we talk and we don't have no action. This is about doing. And we know that even in the basketball game, majority of the people are in the crowd cheering. Only a small amount of people are playing on the court. We need all hands, all minds on deck.
You know, it's funny that you said that because we used to always say, you know, cheerleaders are part of the team.
Okay.
You
You going there? Going there?
Cheerleaders are all part of the team.
Oh, he gonna go there.
You know, they just don't travel everywhere the team goes.
Okay.
They only stay at home.
But what they do?
Yeah, but they do motivate the team.
Oh, okay.
They do present the team with some type of ammunition. But the crowd,
audience, okay.
the audience, that's a whole different story. Some audience do motivate, but they're not really part of the team, even though they kind of extend themselves and become extended families, and they involve themselves as if they are a part of the team. But they really aren't.
Wow.
You know, but that's what life is doing right now to most people. They faking you out by making you feel like you're a part of something. Facebook, social media, you know, they making you feel like you're a part of something. That
click away.
Yeah, you know,
making a difference.
You're part of this. You're down like we down, and really you aren't. You don't eat what they eat. You don't eat what we eat. You know, you don't play the way they play. You don't play the way we play. But they trick you into feeling like you down. And guess what? Down people who want to be down go harder than the people who are down. And that's the funny part that we're dealing with now, because that's why so many people dying. Is because we got people who trying so hard to be down that they're willing to do things that are just absurd to go at the next level of absurdity. You know, to be more violent than what they see the people who actually are down doing. Let's talk about that a little bit. You know, why are we having so much violence? Why do y'all think we having so much violence? You know, like Dude said, you know, we all over the social media. You know, if you want to talk to us, you can always just put X2REP or Anthony Eric Morrell, Facebook, you know, DEW, you know, stylism, you know.
I mean, it's not hard to find.
It ain't hard to find.
Who doing work. Yeah.
But the people that are down, that really want to make change, that's where we having a problem. Because a lot of people say they want to make change, but they're not willing to do the things to have change happen. Just like when we put this We at War situation together, it was way before COVID. We was ready for the doors open, but we could get no one to put that record on play, or to put that verbiage on a T-shirt, or to just have the We at War part entered into something, so that people can know it's time to break the cycle that we already knew was coming. So proactivity is what we was trying to do. Now we got to react. I saw Yancey, I think that's Channel 4. If I got the network wrong, excuse me, but you know, I saw you with Easy Street. I saw you with another very, very well-spoken young lady who was, I guess, the CEO or president of an organization that is really doing some marvelous things to, you know, help change this culture and cultivate a new understanding of who we are, who we be. And there was also a statistical guy with him. That was a good network. I like to listen to it and everything, but the only thing that was missing was action heroes. Now, if we don't learn to play together, if we don't learn to use all the pieces of the chessboard, and all you got is your king and your queen and your rook or your knight, then you ain't gonna win. we got to come together. We got to get together. We got to break bread on different levels. We got to be diverse. So what you say about that, E?
Well, it's like 4 quarters. I mean, we down. Violence is up. The hard workers are down. 4 quarters. We're going into the last quarter. Got to make a comeback. If there is possible for a comeback. Because again,
sometimes you got to lose to win.
If people don't want it, it's not going to happen. And we can social media talk it forever and a day.
Yeah.
But until we do some work, until we have some sacrifice, man, you might as well just ride this on. However you're going to need to survive, I'm going to be good. Yeah, but y'all will need to find a way to be good because, folks, this is a different climate. Yeah. And y'all know we telling the truth.
Yeah,
if y'all go to YouTube, we at war, DMV, listen to the music. All the lyrics will tell you what we're talking about. That's only if you're motivated. You may just think this is another podcast that they just want to spit out words and verbiage and nouns and have no significance. Hey, man, how is this different? Man? Is this just like another 1,000 up? We just want to be talking it up?
Well, I believe that you gotta put yourself out there to be seen, heard, and represent.
Okay.
You can't represent unless you put yourself out there. Mm-hmm. So I'm never gonna say social media is not a good thing.
Okay.
But I just think that the wrong social media is being the most obtainable. Mm-hmm. And if we're gonna have social media, we gotta have balance. Mm-hmm. We talked about that earlier about balance. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we know that there's good and there's bad.
Yeah.
But if all you ever doing is highlighting the bad and never the good, then there's no balance.
Yeah.
So we're at a point now in men's talk. Straight no chaser. Mm-hmm. That we doing what I call this metro thing. Moving entirely toward rejuvenating our peace, moving expeditionally through real obstacles thing. Yeah. We kicking the willy from the Charlotte City, but we talking to every city. It's all good and all hood. And we got problems, even though it's all good. We got problems, but problems are just chaos waiting to be dealt with. That's all. How many people are willing to actually break barriers and build futures, to jump into another state of mind, to actually put on the paper the plan? Because once you have a plan, you plan to succeed and not fail. But if you have no plan, you plan to fail. So this is what this episode for me is. Straight no chaser, just talking about some things that really are on our mind, and that are really hurting our chances at growth and becoming the next generation or next us and having generational wealth.
If it's going to be another generation that's going on, because every generation has an opportunity to make their difference. You're going to age out just like people age out of the foster care. Yeah, you got about 30 good years. I mean, so if you waiting forever in the day to make it happen, I mean, time is going to keep on ticking.
I mean, we've been through what?
Yeah, come on.
Baby boomers.
Yeah, come on.
We've been through
1999.
There you go. Then we went through what? The X.
All-American City.
Then we went to Multi.
Youth Lock-In.
What's it called? The X generation. Then we went to what? What's the next? Millennials.
Come on.
Then we went from millennials to Z.
Keep moving.
Now we're at Alpha.
Yeah.
And Alpha really, to be honest with you,
out the way. Yeah,
Alpha really is a dangerous one because everybody know what Alpha's about. And you getting down to one. And anytime you have an alpha mentality, that means you ain't got races, you ain't got next us, you just won. Wow. The race is over. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe the race is coming to an end.
Well, everybody had their time.
Yeah. Jordan
had his era. Wilt Chamberlain had his era.
Mm-hmm.
Some say LeBron has his era. Nevertheless, it's what you're going to do with what you have in your hand that's going to matter at the end of the day. Your hand's empty. You ain't got no work on your hand. You ain't been doing nothing. We styling and profiling all, baby, but are we putting in some work? Whatever work we got to do. But check this out. You can call us or text us at 240-671-6232 because you might want to do something. Or you can send an email at anthony_do@aol.com. Then that way at least you have a comment. Hey, if you want to do something in the area or you have an idea.
Or you just want to say something about what you heard. Or, you want to tell us about what you seen. Or you might have bumped into us on some other things, and you might want to, as they say, kick the willie and talk about this chocolate city. Talk about this issue of violence. Talk about, what's the real problems that you see, in yours, which is all good, whether it's the suburbs or the city or the hood, or the boonies, as I say, the boonies, burbs, cities, But the point that I want to make as well is you got to do something.
Gotta do something.
Even if it's just some talk about doing something, that's still moving. It's not stagnant. Anything stagnant is going to be a issue. That's how people get conquered. Stagnicity always gives you an easy target. You got to keep moving. You got to keep bobbing and weaving. You got to be able to find ways of being able to deal with some of the issues that we're going through. And that's why we're talking about this on Straight No Chaser. That's why we're having this Y chromosomio time. That's why I keep bringing these gentlemen in. And even though I always say Y chromosomio, I believe that men are X and Y. You just have men with womb, and then you have men that are Y chromosomio. Women are just men with womb to me. But they just have another approach at things, and they can also be lady. So anybody want to sit on the couch that want to just be Y chromosomio, you want to enjoy the, men's talk, hey, give me a hit, X2REPINC@yahoo.com or TIME2REP@gmail.com.
Metro, when you go through the community, what you see? What you see through your eyes, man? We in Prince George's County, Charles County, Howard County.
I hate when they put Prince George County first.
I didn't.
Yeah.
What you see though?
Well, I see dilapidation. I see stagnation. I see irritation. I see a microwave situation.
But Prince George's County has a high level of prominent black folks making good government money.
Yeah, well, good government money is not always what you call good environmental situation.
Okay.
They always say that there's a rich and then there's a wealth.
Wow. Oh.
So,
what's Prince George's County?
Well, right now it's rich.
Okay.
That's why you say prominent money.
Yeah, that's right.
Of African American understanding.
Yeah.
But then you got to have an understanding that if all you doing is making money, but you don't have wealth, which is time.
Yeah.
Rich is money, wealth is time. Then you really gonna mess with the design. And Prince George County was wealthier in the 80s, even when it was not as many blacks there. They were migrating in, but it was wealthier then compared to now, because now it's rich.
If you can prognosticate 5 to 10 years out, what's Prince George's County gonna look like, a blueprint? What you can see, what you think may look, the community gonna look like, the people, the housing.
Well, I'll say this.
What?
I'll say this. I hate to speak things into existence, but it's already showcasing itself.
Okay, it's already.
I mean, you see more cultures, you see less African Americans, but you do see more Hummer homes with African Americans in them.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really out and about anymore. They're just going into their homes and they're staying there.
Yeah.
And then they go to work. So I really believe that a lot of the wealth is going to leave.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And
which direction is it going in?
Well, I think that leaving is not really about direction.
Okay.
Because it's really a beltway and a migration that goes from DC up. So wherever the up goes, whether it's leaving Southeast to go to PG, or PG to go to Charles County, or Charles County, PG to go to Montgomery County.
Yeah. But you understand the game of Monopoly very well.
Right.
You always got to pay something somewhere.
Yeah.
So where are the businesses, Mecca? Where's our Prince George's Black Mecca for business? Where
Well-
can we go pay out,
Well,
build
see, that's-
our own up?
See, that's leading away from the discussion a little bit for
Okay.
me, because that's one of the reasons why Prince George's County is not being able to hold the wealth. It's because of that.
Okay, because of that.
You know, we've got a lot of picturesque situations, but the reality is there's no real infrastructure. It's no real reason to invest in Prince George's County unless you already make a certain amount of money.
So where can youth work other than?
But see, that's the problem.
How
The
can,
investment
how can
is-
they get money in their pocket
See,
and
that's the
feel
problem
good about
right
who
there.
they are?
See, that's the problem right there.
Okay.
You know, we talking about things that it's the arms are this wide when you
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about those things.
yeah.
But those are the reasons why we're losing the wealth. It's because Generation Next, the next us, they don't have no part of the wealth. So
You said they're on the outside looking in?
no, they're not even outside looking in.
Okay.
They're just there.
Okay, this is it.
It's nothing there for them to grow and become the next us within the
So
system.
where's all that energy going? Because that's energy.
But that's the energy.
That's emotion.
But,
Where's all that going?
Isn't that the energy of disgrace and
Okay.
and frustration? And,
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know, when
But where did that energy go? I mean, frustration
it
got to
goes
be
to the
delivered.
bullets,
Huh?
It goes to the bullets.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
okay.
that's
okay.
what we was talking about.
Okay.
The death.
The death, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
all that
you know,
energy.
if you cage something up too long, when it comes out, it raises hell.
Okay.
You know, I mean, and if all they got is a way of yelling and busting off, then you're going to have more babies and more deaths.
Is there anything the networks can do besides just feeding us that same narrative? Is anybody in the media network can say, hey, we can tell another story? Or is everybody done fell down to that? It's too many rounds to stand up to that.
But see, that's the funny thing about this thing, this conversation. You know, and that's the gift of double A's, of having a conversation within a conversation. So I'm glad that y'all are getting the opportunity to see how we work. So I'm gonna stay on this level of conversation.
Okay.
Now, back in the day, when they had budgets
Okay.
for outreach and budgets for what do they call it when they had money set aside?
No,
for
we got you
for the
flocking
youth?
money. You know that.
No, it was
grants.
it was a certain budget. What was the lady from Tacoma Park?
Smoking.
No. The lady from Tacoma Park, the mortuary.
Cheryl.
Cheryl what?
Bluford.
Bluford.
Yeah.
I had to mention her name.
He gave her love. Okay.
Yeah,
He gave
this
her
will
love.
help me out a little bit.
Go ahead.
When she was working for Tacoma Park Municipal.
Yeah. He going way back.
Yeah, 90s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And we had all those youth that were on the street and all those youth that were carrying weapons and
That was Maple Avenue.
okay, Maple Ave and other Ave was
New Hampshire Avenue.
There you go. So we used to work that system
Texas. Okay.
so that we could try to, you know, have a mission of cleaning up an area and helping young people to see themselves, take themselves off the shelf and show their wealth. That's how far we go back as far as what we do. When we had that, there was a budget.
Okay.
And it was a budget that a lot of people had. And it was money set aside, but nobody was using. And I wish I knew what that budget was called, because that's what we're missing now. We're missing something that actually says we care about generational wealth and generational health. Something that says these youth are somebody that we need to invest in. We don't have anything like that. And if we do, where is it going? It's going to nepotism and it's going through, you know, different channels of people who have people. And that's the difference between what Ms. Bluford did for us.
How did two A's make a difference? Two different kind of Anthonys come together and captivate 125 youth all night, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and they didn't want to stay away. How do you hook them kind of minds to do that?
Well, see, first of all, that's the answer to a lot of the questions that we already talked about earlier.
Okay.
So when you bring people that really have a talent, a gift, and a passion,
Okay.
and you put them on your team to actually go after something that you really want to do. You really want to accomplish.
Okay.
That's what double A's do.
Yeah.
And that's how you win. But the problem right now is that's not really what we want. That's not our goal right now. So it's hard to talk about an area without talking about areas. Because Prince George's County is still gorgeous Prince George's.
It's still gorgeous.
It's just that right now it's hard to see the gorgeous because of the environmental differences and changes and economic changes and infrastructures that aren't growing. They're not growing. So I don't want to hop on the area that I love because it did well by me, and I hope that it bounces back to where it goes back to helping the best investment, which is the youth. So as far as the double A's, what we're doing right now is just having an open dialogue and then letting people come inside the brain of the A team, the double A batteries, the mission, So what do you think, E, when it comes to the double A's?
Well, the double A's, number one, they run the race to the end. So it's not like they start the race, it's going to be finished one way or another. See, in life, you can outrun most people. Most people think they want something. The other people know they want something. The people who think they want something, they're going to phase out in a little bit. When the money gone, they're going to phase out. When the car gone, they're going to phase out. But the people who want it and they know they want it, you can't stop them.
See, only if you want it, it goes back to that phrase. Only if you want it.
Yeah, only if you come on.
I mean, it's hard to stop the double A's when you put them with that ever-ready battery, that ever-ready bunny. Them batteries keep that thing going consistently, persistence, and it's tenacity. But it's not a bad thing when you're doing it for a good reason. But right now, we got too many things going on, and it happening for bad reasons, and they're bad things. And now, death, discombobulation, skittishness, anarchy. I mean, we at war.
And I'm going to drop some more down. We at war.
All right.
If you want to make a difference, you need to distinguish what's fake from what's reality. In order to move forward, you must give back this 1990 stuff to those brothers and sisters still stuck in their trap. In order to achieve, you must believe. I'm not a magician. I don't have nothing up my sleeve, but in my head I have what is called a brain time to rap. 1999.
That's that nappy-headed poetry don't die. All it does is multiply. This is what we do when it's time to come through. It's time to X2RP and show them who we be.
But it's still where you're going, not where you're from. It's still about where you're going.
And that nappy-headed poetry is still existing. And I think that if we was to get more stations, more media stations, more newspapers to just gravitate toward balancing off and balancing the death rate with motivation and positivity, I think we might be able to start working on some things. But that difference that you spoke about was something that helped us in the 80s and 90s and helped a lot of cities become all-American cities, all-American situations. I mean, we've been here before. This ain't nothing new. And it was worse. The only difference right now is it's happening without a cause, without a pause. It was reason for treason, and that made it different. Even though there's no reason to take a man's life, but in the world that we living in, at least there was some thought process. There's no thought process going on right now. People are just doing what they do when they want to do it, or because I feel a certain way, I'm going to act a certain way. There's no reason. It's just all treason. And that's basically what the double A's can help you with, adding just some reason, giving some people some hope, some cultural understanding, overstanding. My thing right now is, we at war. It's time to represent. It's still X2RP time to represent. It's still all right. But the thing about it is you got to find what makes it all right, that balance. And once you get that all right, then you got to find that understanding. Then you got all right. Then you make it good in the hood. You got all right. I'm good, you good, life is good. What's up?
And that's why the show is so valuable. This should be on every network. Y'all can cut and slice.
Straight talk.
Whatever y'all want.
Straight talk.
Every network, put it on, get the word out there. But at the bottom line, if folks don't really want to change their mind and they don't want anything, we're already in a deficit. So we're just in a deficit as a country too. Because it's not just DNV, it's everywhere you go. It's not just black, it's white too. So you really bad. I'm a soul winner, so I'm gonna stay prayed up. I'm gonna be good. But for those who ain't under no blessing, you may want, this ain't the time to be playing around. You need to get yourself under some real protection. Yeah.
Plant seeds of expectation on your mind. Plant seeds of expectation on your mind. Of expectations on your mind. Yeah. Cultivate your thoughts. Anticipate achievement. Whatever the mind conceives, best believe we can achieve. Believe in yourself as being capable, able to overcome. Be in the state of overcoming. Yeah. Live in the state of overcoming. Yeah. All obstacles and weaknesses are just pain leaving the body. Yeah. It's time to represent.
And the clock is still ticking. We're in this fourth quarter. So all hands on deck. Whatever your gift is, whatever your style is, whatever your contribution is, whether it's a technical guy, whether you can sing, whether you an educator, we need people who want a serious breakthrough, family, God, purpose, living. Stop quitting. Yeah.
You know, what you say, quitters never?
Oh, they ain't never winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. They ain't never winning because they didn't finish the race.
And the race is important.
Oh.
The race is important.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, if we don't have a race, then all we got is